Hello. Sorry.
Hello. Splash page will disappear in 20 seconds.
Allow me to mute my phone.
Splash page synced already.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to disappear in 15 seconds. And we're off to your deaths.
Are you ready to rumble?
No, you
Uh,
are not.
I'm on my own. What?
No, you're not. Everyone is like inside that square.
That one space.
Um, so just
Is it a
like
bit? Okay. Well,
it's very cramped. But think of it like you're in the same square, you're just going down a winding staircase all the way down to what seems to be a basement. Um, Make sure you have everything set up, and I'll be beginning quite short. First of all, who would take the lead?
I will.
No, you will not.
Oh no, I will not. I forgot. I will not.
Which also brings me up to this. Surreal and Manis might be controlled by me at certain parts if they don't fulfill the conditions in their Discord whispers.
they
Uh,
will.
I guess I'll go first then.
There were conditions in your Discord whispers, yes.
We
I'm
will.
I I'm not going to want to take over, but I might.
if I am not picking up on something, like if I miss a whisper, don't be afraid to
Yes.
draw my attention, because most of the cases, like I'm not going to do it out of
Yeah, I'm just reminding both of you that you're stuck with undead creature inside your head,
makes sense.
Yep.
which you seem to have accepted. So let's continue. Um, you find yourself walking down this spiral staircase from the attic, and after quite a few steps, you manage to come down into what seems to be a narrow tunnel that seems to be stretching down about 10 feet. And then you can see like there's a branch ahead of you going to the left and right. As you're starting to come down into the dungeon, you can start hearing something eerie. There is this kind of an echoing type of aura to this dungeon. There is this chant that keeps resonating through these dark tunnels.
I turn to Benjamin and ask him to lead the way.
Yeah, so I'll go first. Yep.
You can't really hear what the chant is about, it's just distant, far away, but it's there.
Can I do any check to see which way it's coming from? Or is it like everywhere?
It's impossible for you to be able to ascertain that. It's it's coming from everywhere as it's like being bounced off walls and pathways and whatever you can hear.
Okay. Lucian turns around and says, there is a fork in the road ahead. It's narrow, and ask Benjamin to go left because women are always right.
As a note, this entire complex is going to be pitch black. So, uh, deal with that as you please.
Pitch black meaning that we cannot see anything at all if we don't have light.
Beyond your pebble that you have currently lit, seems to be the only source of light at the moment. It's something what Benjamin noticed that when he went left on the fork, everything was like smack dark for him. It's like he left like brightness and went into pitch black. You seem to be underground.
So
I'll
we deal.
follow Benjamin, but stay not that close to him, to the end of the group, to protect Menace and Lucian if something comes from behind.
Another thing to be aware of, these are narrow tunnels. So, if there's a lot of winding twists and turns, it might be difficult to be in range of the light if something comes crawling from sides or above or something like that. You get the sense that perhaps having multiple light sources might be smart.
Okay.
Question: can two people stay on the same square like pass if it's a problem, or it's
You
just a
can
line as that?
you could use your movement to pass someone, but you cannot stay on top of them. The reason why you are now currently on top of Rardar is mainly because he's upstairs in the staircase. But once you move out into the tunnel, then you would have to be on your own. Lucian sees Benjamin just like disappear the further down the corridor and down the stairs.
I try to see that Assam is actually in the back of the group and ask him to, does he have any torches? Can he light a torch, please?
Benjamin,
Yep.
I need you to make a dexterity check.
Oh no.
It would be a
Is that the right one?
yes.
With these corners, we need multiple lights, guys. We cannot do it otherwise.
I don't have.
Benjamin passes the corner, and as he puts his foot forward, it doesn't connect with the ground. It goes down, and is like then suddenly stop, as if he's like hitting what the hell is the name in English? It's like a it's stairs. It's like it's a step. It's like he puts his foot on the steps of a staircase, and he's off balance, but manages to like whoa shit no, and manage to stay upright so he doesn't fall down a staircase.
I have a hooded lantern. I can, from what I understand, I can use that to light in a direction or something. Correct?
That would be a bullseye lantern. A wooden like a hooded lantern it goes all direction. I believe.
I have torches. I can light one for you if you want.
Please light one for me then.
I'll light
Okay.
one as well.
So, can you create two more lights? I'll reduce my torch to by one, right?
Yeah, same here.
There are two movable torches here.
One is mine.
And I take the other one then.
Yes, please.
And the pebble should go to Benjen.
Yeah, I toss the pebble to Benjamin, and I'm without any light. I will rely on you guys.
What now happens is that from the directions you're finding yourself in, Benjen sees a table with some chairs down in a bit of a larger room. Lucian, while walking up to Benjen, notices there was like a side corridor with some stone slabs tossed down onto the ground. Not entirely sure what the hell that was. And Assam, Rardar, and Manis is still in the tunnel from the staircase.
I'll be following.
I I'll ask Menace to move along.
Let's go, guys.
I am trying. Don't forget, it's not easy for me to move. I don't know why. The Chrome does not like this roll 20.
No, it's the walls. You need to follow the walls.
I also told tell Lancelot to stay close to me.
Should we keep Rardar in the middle?
Could be wise, so he's not in the back outside of the. He
The light and
passed,
everything.
in fact. Yeah. As the train of people are coming through this tunnelway, uh, Benjamin finds himself in the room with the stairs and no, the chairs and the table, and he can also see that seems to be a bit of like a mat of sorts with what might have been sheets at some point in like an alcove down here. You can see like signs of a different alcove down there.
Is the dungeon dirty?
This is very much have all the hallmarks of something that is abandoned and unclean. Yes, like you see cobwebs, you see dust, you see uh, some places like stuff that are like could be ichor, could be slime. You're not quite sure, but it seems icky in general.
I asked Lucian to if he can determine what the room was used for.
I can try. I enter the room. I can barely see it though. Can someone throw me the paper, please?
You can investigate to see what things are and see if there's anything special in this general room area, or you can do a perception check to see if you spot something out of the ordinary.
I'll do a perception check with guidance.
Okay, do a perception roll and add the d4. With a 16 perception, you don't really see anything else other than that there seems to be like four alcoves. There's another alcove there and an alcove there. But from what you're standing, it seems to be like a sleeping mat of sorts here, and you see what seems to be a pillow and a sleeping mat here. So maybe this was like a residential area for someone resting and sleeping and stuff.
So it's 4 beds total.
You see four alcoves. You see parts of something there. Now you see the fourth
Yeah, I just moved to so that it will.
pallet mattress type of thing with the pillow and the sheet.
Are there any light sources here that are visible?
There are absolutely no light sources visible in this room.
I tell to the rest, how did the people live here in this total darkness? Were there dwarfs? Did they have dark vision?
Maybe they had candles. I
Maybe.
bypass Menace and I also go inside the room to see what's going on. And I'm leaving the light there.
You're going to. You're leaving your torch here?
Can it stay behind me or do I need to pick it with me?
Wait, you didn't have a torch, you had like a lantern, didn't you?
I
No, I
give
had the
him.
torch. He gave
I
me a torch.
Oh.
yeah. I
Now
give
you
him.
can lay on the ground and just burn out slowly.
Yuan, what did you say these were, sorry?
Think of them like sleeping things. Is like
Cut.
think of them like mattresses, cots ish type of thing with like blankets and pillow. They seem pretty moldy, as if they have been like fucked by moisture and all that.
I was going to investigate it, but I've just realised that it's just literally what you said and nothing more.
Yeah,
to
it's
that line.
literally that and more.
I
And
asked Manis to pass me the torch to see what's going on in this small
Why did
dungeon.
you leave your
just a
torch?
second. Just a second.
So
If
you
I
can see if somebody comes from there to attack us.
Yeah, that's not how seeing through corridors
That's
work.
not how that's going to work. To say it like this, there's not a single enemy, if there are any, that is visible for you as you're walking through the tunnels. They're all stored on a separate layer that I'll pull out if you find them. So
Give me a sec.
Okay,
if
in that case, it's useless. Sorry,
yes,
my plan was to have it there to warn us if something comes, like patrolling
You,
stuff.
torch cannot warn you. It doesn't have a mouth.
yes.
Yes, you're right. Okay, sorry.
Not Fogo for. Let's
Uh,
keep this torch with us, please. I'll take it. Oops. Okay.
oh, there's more
un-
stairs here.
unbeknownst to all of you, uh, Rather's just like checking out the. Guys,
I
Oh shit.
I hear
Jesus.
something faint behind me.
Who is that? Is
Where is
Rartar lost
Rarder?
again?
he's just investigating.
Can someone go pick him up? I don't have any light source.
I think we should look at this.
What did you find? Ayo.
Make a perception check. Tip, tip, tip.
What?
That's what you heard.
I'll go towards him to see what's going on.
Let's go together. Let's not separate
Okay.
ourselves. Where is the other torch? Oh, Rarder took it.
Rather picked it up and Azam just left it on the ground.
I call Lancelot to follow me. He does.
As you're all like following up, you see what seems to be heavy stone slabs. Uh, these two seems to be crypts. Uh, the one to the left up there has like a blank slab on it that has not it's empty. It has no name on it. But this crypt has a name on the slab, and there is a crypt in that room.
Ping, please.
The Assam is like literally standing
Ah,
on
okay.
the slab. Benjen is now standing in the square where the crypt would be. Like there's nothing in here, but there's a name on the slab itself.
Since I'm near it, I try to read the name.
It says Walter Durst.
Oh my
Was that the
gosh.
kid? Was that the dad?
No,
the
that was the
kid.
kid.
Can we open the crypt or something?
They were open. Like Rarda says, um, it seems like the slabs were broken down or wasn't put up. I didn't touch anything. But like that's the name of the that kid.
Assam tries to figure out if those slabs were removed from the outside or something from the inside pushed them out.
Make an investigation check.
I will guidance him. 1d4 more.
From roll d1d4. With a 12 investigation check, you're able to like look at the placement of the slab, and you can see that uh, it seems to be leaning against the wall. It hasn't been pushed, it hasn't been dragged. It looks like it has been carried to be placed in this spot. So it was meant to be prepared for something, but never actually installed into the crypt.
I take a look in the crypt to see if is there something inside. Is there any bones or anything inside?
No,
Did
it's
we did we bring did we just find the spirits for the kids, or did we find their bodies as well?
the bones were also found, and they're being carried in like uh, constructed sacks made out of bed sheet right now.
But it's for the other children. It's not the
Yes,
smallest one.
and there you don't
Ah, right.
see anything other than like carved rock here, as if someone has carved out a chamber here, but it's purely empty. It's as if someone perhaps has prepared a burial site, and the other place is exactly the same. It just has no name on the slab itself.
So these
Okay.
are so there's only one slab with Walter and one without, correct?
Yes, it has no name. It has no features. It seems to be a blank type of thing.
Anybody know how to carve stone to put the bones to rest?
No, this is for water. We don't have the bones for water, and
Yep.
this is probably where their parents wanted to put him after the ritual, which probably didn't go that well.
And is there just one tomb? It's just Walters, and that's it. Yeah.
There's Walters, there's an empty one, and from what you have seen so far, in the direction you went, you didn't see anything else going into the sleeping area with the chairs and all that.
Okay. Can we investigate this empty one? Manus, investigate that empty one.
1 second. Investigating.
I'll support you as well. So get the advantage.
Okay, 18. Uh,
I'll roll another d4 for advantage from.
no. That's
That's the
a
guidance.
cantrip Lucian
Okay.
has. But
I can
you
use
get
it.
the 18
Okay, because it has
when
advantage, yeah.
Benjen helped. Yes. So you and Benjen, like, you have like this keen overview forged from battles and combat that makes you see small details. And comparing the two crypts, this seems more rough. It's more, it hasn't been prepared very well. You see the internal walls has to be smooth. It's more smoothed in Walter's script than the blank crypt. It's as if this is just like a rough draft, but it hasn't been prepared properly. So this has perhaps some uh, telltale signs of it's not intended for use for some time yet. Walter seems ready to be used.
And we shall use it once we find him. Put him to proper burial.
Don't wish for what you cannot handle.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping you guys know how to do it.
I think we should go back to the room. There was a corridor there we didn't explore.
I mean, who prepares a crypt for a kid? In the voice of Radar.
I would just try putting the
The very sick
remains.
people, rather, very sick people.
Should we try and put the remains of the other kids in the other crypt?
Not yet. Their souls are with us. Let's carry them with us.
Oh, do you guys know a reason why we shouldn't do that, or is you just guessing we shouldn't do that?
In
I
fact, you, Benjamin, you know because you rolled the religious check earlier, and you know that in terms of rituals, it's mainly it has to be prepared ground for the spirit itself. And if
Okay,
this
and
is a
these aren't
resting
prepared.
place for Walter, then perhaps it's prepared for Walter. Unless
Okay.
you can uh, prepare the sermon for it amongst yourselves, then you couldn't create one for a Rose or Thorn.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back. I think there's nothing here. We already saw the grave. Someone lead the way, please. Can I investigate this table? Is there anything interesting in it?
Yes, you can.
Guys, thank you.
Okay, it's like a table.
You see what seems to be like specks of something that is like liquefied on the table. Seems like wax.
Probably some candles over here.
Moving on. You're coming down the stairs into what seems to be yet another room. Um, in the middle of the room, you see what seems to be a bucket that's hanging from sort of a hoisting mechanism that is bolted on like cross beams above what seems to be a well. You see side rooms here uh, to this room. You can't really see into the rooms clearly, but this seems to have some sort of like side rooms. There's a well. Benjamin, as he moves closer to the well, can catch a glimpse of a staircase there going upwards. Does anyone want to do anything?
So there's a stairway going upwards here.
Yes, from what Benjamin can see from where he's standing. You wouldn't see, but you can see there's like a path down there. But you from where you're standing, you can't see the uh, stairs. You can, however, see what seems to be like a trunk of sorts here, or a chest of sorts.
What's in the middle of the room again, please?
It's a well, like there's like wooden beams hanging over it, kind of rotted pretty much, and like a very rotted rope with like this very decayed old bucket hanging from the rope. It seems to be
I
like a well that's been used to get water.
I would like to do an investigation on the well to see if it still has good water or the purpose for it.
Okay.
I want to do this exact same thing, so I'm going to support Assam into it. If I didn't roll, did I roll? No.
No, but he Azam does it with the investigation. Um,
Do I need to roll something extra for his support or?
no, I'll just let you do that with advantage. You actually managed to like carefully put the bucket down, and you're shining the light down, and you see there's liquid down there, and like you're hoisting up the bucket, and as you do, you can see that it's not like a sealed bucket; it leaks from like age and rotten here, but it's not like blood or anything down the well. It's like a transparent liquid that seems very much like water. As to how clean it is, you're not sure, but it seems to be water.
And I don't see any bones or something in there.
You didn't hear any noises when you put the bucket down. It just was the splash of water. Uh, there doesn't seem to be anything inside the bucket or anything. No. You get the sense that unless you like jump down deep into the well, you wouldn't necessarily see anything there. From the length of the rope, it's probably at least 30 or 40 feet down to the water level. And how deep the water goes, you don't know.
Lucian turns around and says, "Guys, be careful not to fall down in this hole." And observes that there are five more beds and says, How many people did live here? This is like whole dungeon of sorts, like for prisoners.
I've just walked into this room.
I
Unless I've set any traps off Yuan, I just turn around to the guys and say, "Look, there's five of us. Let's all check a bedroom each."
I look at Lucian and say, "This is a very odd-looking dungeon with no grates, chains, or any ways of impeding escape."
That's a very nice roll.
That's fucking amazing. Uh, Benjen, you do find what seems to be a wood frame bed. It has like it has a mattress on it. It has a pillow on it. There's also a wooden chest here.
I'm not even sure I'd noticed the bed, to be honest, with that roll.
You did. You just didn't know if it was trapped or if the bed is locked. You have a
Oh, so
suspicion,
that's
considering Assam has been checking all the doors and stuff. The bed might be locked.
For yeah,
But there is a chest and there's a bed. Assam, as
Can
you
I open
come
the
into
chest?
your room, you find the set. Okay, Benjen, you open the chest. It does not open. You try again. It doesn't open. Why does this not work? Uh, After like two or three attempts, you realize, oh, there's a padlock attached to this chest. Shit, I didn't see it.
To this bed, you mean?
And no, to the chest.
and the bed.
So it seems to be locked, the chest, the padlock itself. So you can't open the chest easily like that.
Okay, I just turn around and say, "Mine's locked. Does anyone have a key of any sort?"
I
Let's try
have
the
that key and also can pick whatever to the lock.
lock.
You
What
also
what
get
key? I've missed it.
you also get the sense that it's like a very rusted padlock though. Uh,
Smash it.
Just try to break it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll just hit the chest then.
Maybe the bed will unlock if you smash the lock.
Make a strength check to see if you can smash the lock.
In the meantime, I try to open mine as well.
Okay. Make a dexterity check. We're adding your proficiency since you're using the thieves tool. Benjen, you managed to brute force the lock. Azam, as you're like fiddling around, you hear ting, as if something not necessarily breaks, but seems to get stuck and gets like it. You manage to spend some time like getting the thieves tools out, but this lock is like uh, it seems hard to like use lock picks on now. It seems to be fun.
Does
Okay.
he lose his lockpick or
No, he managed just to like extract that, but it seems like something broke inside the lock that makes it now unable to like shimmy and open because you really fucked up that roll.
So I asked the other, I fucked up. Can somebody help me with the lock? Somebody can break it down?
let's see first what's in vengeance.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Benjen, after you smashed through the lock and like managed to tear off one of the side parts, it opens and you see what's something that gleams of a shiny metal. You reach down and you see a short sword that is. It seems to be made of silver. And it seems to have like this intricate sort of ornamentations on the handle. So it seems like a beautiful short sword made out of silver.
A short sword that's one-handed, isn't it?
It's a puny little. Uh, It's barely. It's between a dagger and a longsword. But yeah, it's one hand.
Okay, that's not for me then.
It is
Should I roll a
since
wisdom
it's
check?
silver. It
Oh,
is in fact rather valuable.
We should definitely keep that one.
yeah, I'll pick it up. Is that all that's in there? Just that short sword, yeah?
Yes, there were some
Okay.
other like personal belongings and effects, but it just like how keen are you wearing like half rotted clothing?
Make a investigation check.
No,
Benji.
no, that's all he found. It's not.
No, I'm joking about the clothes. If he rolls zero, he'll wear the clothes.
Um, should I give this? Who's this going to be best for then? It's not. I would use two-handed stuff. So.
Is it used for combat,
Oh yeah,
Leon?
I can
It is a
convert them.
combat
Yeah.
functional short sword like any other short sword.
So
If
it's
you just
one
want to sell it,
d6.
What did you say, Sam?
if he just wants to keep it for selling, he can keep it or give it to me or Menis because we carry it. But Menis, I think, also has too much right now.
Uh, I think this is like one of the lighter type of weapons. It's possibly not something Manis has experience with, if you understand what I mean. Manis seems to be the more like sword and board, like shield and like a better, heavier one-handed weapon. This is more of the quick, lighter thing that you use. For instance, if you use two weapons or you're a gnome, halfling, goblin, shorter type of race.
Let's just keep it for gold.
Oh no, but if it's a combat sword, it's going to be an upgrade to what we've got. So I'll give it to. Is it a Sam that I should give it to then? Yeah.
Yes. As a
Okay.
side note, um, it's something that Assam can use for dual wielding if he chooses to use that instead of his rapier, but otherwise it's not going to be useful for him either.
He's our loot guy, so I trust him with our gold.
Okay, I'll put it there, and if we sell it, we'll split everything. If not, we'll see. But just tell me what to write.
It says in the chat.
Ah, sorry, didn't see it. And the weight for it?
It seems he passed it.
What's the weight?
Uh, Regular short sword weight. I put it in the bag at
Dagger
home.
is one, and rapier it's two. So you said something in between.
I didn't actually prepare that question.
It's probably
Um,
2, 3, 4, something like that.
No, if it's lighter than a rapier, which is two, then it's
it's two.
1.5.
It's two.
2.
It seems to be more of a like a. It's not as sleek. It's more like broad than the rapier.
Oh, okay.
Guys, my head hurts like a motherfucker. Give me a minute. I need to go and grab a pill.
Sure.
That's because he's possessed.
Yes. Are you checking any of the other forums?
I'm asking if somebody can break the chest that I fucked up.
Oh, I'll go and do it then. I'll go and help.
Strength check. You know the drill.
Maybe not.
Uh, you slam your greatsword onto it, and you hit the chest, and you carve out like a deep gash in the lid of the chest. And like you're getting the sense that if you wanted to, you could also like just like smash through the lid of the chest here.
Back.
You don't necessarily have to go for the lock. So, but you're making progress on that chest.
Smash it. I yell from the back.
Yeah,
Put your
smash
back
it.
into it.
Should I roll again?
Yeah. Like You just like smash through the lid this time, and you just like take one of your hands and just like let your muscles do the work and just like pry the wooden boards apart, and you see some stuff in there. Um, in fact, there seems to be one thing in particular that creeps you the hell out. There's a pouch in there. As you reach up to bring it up and like look at it in the torchlight, it seems like it's made out of skin. You feel there's stuff inside of it. It seems to be somewhat heavy.
Holy hell, is this human skin?
Uh, from what Benjen is able to see, sure as hell looks like that.
What would I roll for that?
Uh, Nothing in particular. You can just open the pouch if you want.
Um,
Is it safe?
I'll pass this to Lucian. Just say, look
Okay.
at this.
I want to see if it's human skin. How can I check it?
Um, Medicine check. Oh yeah, that shit is human skin.
Dr. Lucian for on the help.
In fact, looking at it, from how smooth the skin seems to be and how unblemished, this is probably made out of women or children.
I'm spooked. Well, I share everything I saw with the rest. Whoever made this was a sick person.
As you open that thing, you end up finding a lot of different types of coins. You find some gold pieces and quite a bit of silver pieces.
Do I keep the pouch as well?
If you want to.
Is it valuable?
If you value stuff like human made skin pouch,
I'll keep it just in case.
kinky. Uh, but yeah, that's the contents of that room.
So we still have two other rooms to check, right?
Three. The one
Three
you're
other rooms.
next to, the one there's an empty torch, and the one that Radar is in front of.
Okay, so I'll take a look at the one that I'm near it.
Okay, chest, bed, seems to be exactly the same as the other room.
So again, I'll try to not screw up the pick locking.
You can do it like cautiously this time.
I will guidance him. So you can roll 1d4. I cannot assist him in the lockpick, right? It's not
No,
like possible.
you need to
You,
be able to lockpick yourself in order to be able to assist.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's what
you
I
if
meant.
you could do that, then you would have been able to. But him going slower and with the guidance allows him to navigate what seems to be like this annoying part, and you hear like a ching as the chest and the lock just like opens up.
What's inside, I yell.
I'm afraid to look yet.
There is what seems to be like a black cloth covering the contents inside the chest. Lancelot just goes like very happy from the.
He bites you, man.
The food would have given you advantage on like trying to pet it, but it seems that he's more focused on the food at the moment and just like happy getting something to eat. In fact, he tolerates the petting.
So there was nothing of valor in the chest.
There's a
It's
black
covered.
piece of cloth covering what's inside there.
Oh, okay. So I try to remove that cloth.
Okay, you uh, remove it. You can see, as you're doing that, you can see like a couple of tiny greenish gems like fall out from this under the cloth. They seem to be not the shiniest of gemstones, but you know they're gemstones. There's like a tiny little, guess you could call it a leather book.
Sorry, a what?
A little tiny leather book.
Oh, okay. Is there anything written on it that I can actually read or understand?
Yes, as you open the book, it seems to have like every page is like divided into two columns, and it has writing on both columns.
Is it a religious book?
Uh, you wouldn't know. You don't actually study the book. Do you want to go over and try to look at the book as Asam is reading?
Uh,
I
I,
yell to him, "Come here! You're with the books. Or see what's with this book," and I pass it to Zuriel, to Lucian.
I'm Russian. I have never seen books, so I just run to Rarda and tell him, "Look, book. You're a mage. You know books. I don't know anything."
Um, Radar starts reading from the book. Uh, he says like Petrov, like reading from the first column. The second column, aged, scared. Third column, struggled profusely. Second, next name from the first column, Katrina. Harlot, no sedative given. First column, Lien, uh, child, innocent. Struggled while strangled. And it just continues down that way the entire page. And on the next page, and every single page through the book is like a name, a description of the victim, and details how they were uh, brought to an end.
Oh
Some
my
of which
god!
are quite horrible as well.
I shudder as he's reading the book, and I tell, what devil did happen here? It's madness.
Do the rest of us also hear what's going on?
Yeah, Rardar reads this out loud for everyone.
Now we know what these beds were used for. All these people.
But it's like a fairly lengthy book in terms of amount of names and descriptions. You get the sense that,
That sounds a lot like a log or a journal.
yeah,
Of a
pretty much.
sick bastard. Maybe they were doing
Serial
some
killer.
experiments more likely on them. Like
Well,
if let's say there was a walk that there was no sedative given, that means that uh, the person was already here and it was like torture to something without sedative.
while they are reading the book, I take the gems and I tell the others we have some gems and I put them in my backpack.
Okay,
Let's open the next chest, guys.
there's one room next to Lucian and one next to Rardar.
I go to Manis and tell him, Thorn, would you like to open the chest? And then I say, sorry, Manis.
Manus,
I look
inside your
confused.
head. I can't do it, but Mister, could you do it? It seems like you're controlling the body. As you say that, make a charisma check, Manus. A saving throw.
A charisma saving throw.
Yes.
Sec. Saving throw. Wait, it's here.
You feel like this very weird urge to suddenly move your hand, but you manage to wrangle control over your hand enough to not move your hand.
So he's in control now.
But only Manus noticed this.
So I'm going to do an investigation check to open the logbox.
Do you have thieves' tools?
No, I don't. Or
No,
do I?
then you
Machine.
know that you cannot lockpick this thing. You can smash through it or smash the lock, but
Smash the lock it is.
you smash the rusted lock, it breaks apart and flies to the corner.
And now I can do an investigation check to see what's inside.
You can just open it.
Open the box.
Yeah.
It has a lot of like various types of clothes and what seems to be like this dark robe of sorts that's like very almost rotted away and it has like huge holes in it from probably something eating it. There's this black leather eye patch here that seems to be catching your attention, mostly because it has like a red gem sewn into the eye patch itself. Uh, the gem, it's one of the more shinier ones, so it's probably worth a little bit.
I'll take all of them. Give me a list of what I should add to the inventory.
So
What's a carmelian?
it's a type of gem.
Oh, so it's a eye patch and a carmelian.
It has like a reddish type of gem sewn into the eye patch itself.
Ah, okay. Oh, I understand now.
Wait. What did I?
Last chase, guys. I go to Benjamin. Do you want to smash again?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, definitely no.
Like you see Benjamin just like opening this massive swing and he just smacks it straight into the wall. Would have been fucking impressive if he hit though.
I laugh a little bit and tell him, man, you cannot hit a chest. Let's hope there is no danger in this dungeon.
I hear that and chuckle.
Same.
The chest chuckles as well.
And the locked bed. Shall we try again? I'll guide him this time.
Okay.
Like telling him, you should swing that way, this way.
That hits. He just cleaves through
Yeah.
the lock.
That's how you do
I was aiming for Lucian there.
it.
It misses
I take
completely and hits the perfectly on the padlock.
Whew.
As you open the chest, it's empty except for one thing. There's a black hairbrush. It seems to be made of like this ivory material. It has the bristles on the hairbrush itself is made out of silver, and it looks pretty. Probably would sell for some gold. But yeah, that was all that was inside there. Seems to be made to fit female hairstyles.
Take it to sell later.
I tell everybody that we feel like a loot hoard now, like thieves. we just break stuff and take it. But let's take it.
I wouldn't feel that guilty if I were you.
It doesn't seem that the people this belong to are alive today, so it's not worth
Alive?
keeping it here.
The place seems
Yes.
lived. It's not like
This place seems like it hasn't been visited in 100 years.
no. This place looks lived.
No,
No.
No, I was under
I
the
mean,
impression it looks like
no. Just look at the
there
cobwebs.
has been there has been life here at some point, but with the cobwebs, the dust, the rotted clothing, the moldy beds, and all that, it hasn't been maintained for quite some time.
okay. I am misunderstood then.
Although you do actually hear the chanting coming from somewhere in this complex, though. So,
Is it getting louder?
not from what you've heard so far.
I go to Benjen. Shall you leader charge ahead?
You took the hairbrush, Lucian?
No, it's in Benjen.
You put it inside Benjen, you pervert.
No, I said it is in Benjen.
Even worse.
Benjen finds himself walking up the stairs and coming to a junction. There's stairs heading upwards again, and there's a sideway passage going further down a corridor. You can see two other branches down that corridor.
I'd say to go up.
I say go left, right. Sorry.
I say go up.
Shall we vote on it? We already voted actually.
The meat
I'm,
shield walks
I'm
up.
the one that's walking first, so I guess I'll just go.
I call Lancelot not to remain behind.
Woof.
As you walk in, you come to what seems to be a plain wooden table with like long benches. There's a crap ton of bones strewed upon this floor here. Like there's bones everywhere.
Can I do a medicine check to see if they're human bones?
Yes.
What do you think they're animal?
I'm
Definitely
just
human.
hoping they are animal.
Hell not.
You see a ton of bones of different sizes. They match human bones. As you look a bit closer, there's something odd about them. That's from what you get. There, something seems off with them, but you're not entirely sure what.
Okay. I ask Sam to help me. Can he help me with medicine or?
You can make a separate one since he already did his.
Okay,
But
I'll,
he can point it out to you that something is off. So you can roll with advantage.
what's wrong with them, Sam?
Something so they seem chewed.
Let me take a look.
Since he points out that they're chewed, they do indeed have splinters on the bones and indentations that seem to be consisting with bite marks. There's a huge likelihood that these bones were not made from people sitting in this room. It's more like they were being fed on and tossed to the ground.
Is it dog bite marks or any recognizable
Human
animal?
teeth
Human teeth.
gives you the strong sense of like cannibalism.
This place is totally messed up.
I'm surprised that you're surprised.
I wasn't expecting that many things here. Maybe a demon, maybe some possession, but not a prison with cannibalism inside it.
I turn to Menace and I ask him, do the kids know something about it? Did he tell you something? I think he has Storm right inside.
Uh, as you're saying that out loud, Lucian, what were you doing?
I wanted to check out this strange spot here for anything strange. Looks odd.
Okay. There's dark alcove. It's a bit difficult for you to see, but you're a perceptive fellow, aren't you? High passive perception. You're able to spot things other people couldn't see. So when a creature lunges at you from above, tentacles first, you are not surprised by it, but you are now under attack.
I yell to everybody, help! Should I move myself to the side?
You should roll initiative.
Take
All
your
of us,
tokens first.
I don't see the initiative box, by the way. Okay, it popped up.
Um, you okay? Actually, Assam, I only told Lucian to do it.
Oh, it was only me
It's
for
only you.
initiative?
Only you
Everybody
noticed.
rolled. But I yelled at them for help.
No, the lunge happens as it happens.
Ah,
They
okay,
will
this
have
is
to
for the
react.
lunch only. Okay.
So you had 16. For this round, uh, make a strength check. Okay, you feel something wrapping around you. You can see what is like flayed tentacles just like completely wrap around your body and start slowly pulling you up the wall. You are currently restrained and being lifted up a shaft here. Everyone else, roll initiative as Lucian is slowly being carried away. Lucian, do you want to try to break free of the tentacles?
Yes, I would like to try to break free. Is this an action or?
That would be a strength check to do so.
But is it an action? Can I guide
It
myself or
cannot
something?
do anything else if you try to get free.
Can I
If you want to
do?
attack or cast a spell, that will be at disadvantage.
Can I use acrobatics to get away? To slip away?
Yes, acrobatics or athletics, since it's technically a grapple. No, you're still grappled.
I yell to everybody, help! I'm being carried away.
Sorry, I just forgot that I had to roll for Radar as well. Start of the turn. Lucian, as you're like being carried uh, 10 feet above the ground, you feel something just like slamming towards your head. Does an 11 hit your armor class?
No.
Okay. Does a 17 hit your armor class?
If it's equal, does it hit?
It hits.
Okay.
You see something wrapping around your throat and start like slamming into your throat. You take 7 bludgeoning damage. Benjamin, you have seen Lucian go into like an alcove of sorts and look up as something just like snaps down, grabs onto him, lifts him up, and you hear the furious struggle going on, and you hear Lucian just grunt in pain. What do you do?
So he's just been lifted up, yeah.
He's currently. His legs are like dangling 10 feet above the ground.
Pull
Can
me
I try
down.
and pull him down?
Okay. You can try to assist him with a strength check, so make a strength check. You manage to pull Lucian down like another 5 feet. And you can see what seems to be like this tentacly monster just like being pulled down with it. That's kinda your turn. Unless you
Okay.
have a bonus action or movement you want to do.
I'm just gonna move here for now. So that we can get.
Oh, you don't need to do that, Manus. But yeah, you do actually convince him for that. Manus, your turn.
After summoning a lot of my willpower, I dash towards Lucian.
You see Lucian's feet are like almost 2 feet off the ground. Another 2 feet above that again, there's like a tentacly monster that has like these long tentacles pulling it up. So the monster itself is probably outside of your swing reach. It's 10 feet above you, which is the equivalent to like 3 or 4 meters.
So I can't touch the tentacles. I can only interact with Lucian.
Unless you do like a basketball jump and do the smash, if you can
Well,
jump
I
that high.
can also use my heavy crossbow though.
That you could do.
But I'm wondering, like, if I grab on Lucian's legs and try to pull him down, and I do a strength roll check, will that save him or break him in half?
When Benjen did it, it pulled Lucian and the monster down.
So I'm going to do the same then. I'm going to do a strength check.
Okay.
Can someone assist him or something? Even though it's not their turn yet?
No, not with their turn.
But you
Manus,
forgot I'm actually really strengthy.
both Manus and Benjen are very strong people, so they manage to help pull down. So Lucian, you can actually feel your feet landing on the ground now. Uh, and like the grip against your throat just like intensifies, but you're now on the ground. And the monster has been dragged down with it, so it's about 10 feet off the ground.
But I'm
It's
still
it's
wrapped.
yes, it's now visible for everything, for everyone. You see a very much like worm-like entity with like tentacles and like a beak, and it's like completely flayed, so you can see the flesh and you can see the muscles and sinews and everything, and it seems crazed. You're not sure what the hell this thing is, but it looks like absolutely fucking horrible. Lucian, it's your turn.
Aren't
Is
Sam
in
and
line?
You haven't.
Werner?
Lucian is 16. Assam is 15.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The first round was just literally
Okay,
the
only me.
monster trying to take him away to certain death.
No, I'm just saying because I don't see it in the turn order. That's why.
Oh, you can't?
I can see it, and you are there.
Should be over my display picture on Roll20.
Yeah, it's not, but doesn't matter. I know he's in front of me.
I cannot see my mine on that one. No.
Oh,
Yes, that's what I meant. I cannot see
Ah,
his.
okay.
Oh yeah, probably an old one, but
It
Lucian
was
is
16. It
16.
was 16. Okay, what options do I have? Can I fight it, or if
You
I
can
break loose,
break
can I
free
run away?
with like a strength or acrobatics, or you can roll an attack at disadvantage as you're grappled.
Will the rest be able to hit the monster as well
They
while
are
I'm grappled?
already able to do that.
Okay, so I'm not in the way in any way.
No.
Tough choice. Can I? I can do no action if I decide to break.
No, but you will not be lifted up into the ceiling where you'll probably be eaten outside of
But
reach of anyone else.
it's the monster is already down, right? It won't be
It's
able to push.
3 or 4 meters off the ground.
Ah, okay.
Like
All right.
you're on the ground, but you're still a tall man, and it's pulling you from above.
I will try to break out again with acrobatics. Jesus.
I, I rolled a 4, so you managed to get yourself away from this creature. Uh, as you're doing it and like slithering away, it tries to like lunge at you to keep you locked down, and as it does, it falls on almost to the ground. It's now Assam's turn, unless you want to try to move away.
Yes.
It
No.
will. Okay.
Actually, Assam will not be able to hit it if I don't move away, right?
If you move, it hits you.
Yeah.
It can try to hit me, right? It's not advantage or anything.
Attacks of opportunity when you leave melee range.
Yep.
Are they with advantage or not?
You're about to find out.
Isn't this just like mechanics that I don't know?
Attacks of opportunities is that when you reach them, you leave the melee range of a creature, they can use a reaction to do a melee attack.
But it
Of
won't be with advantage, right?
It's just a melee attack.
Okay. And if I want to use my warding flare, which doesn't cost any action.
Is it a
Um,
bonus action?
no, it doesn't say if it's anything. It's just actually I need to read. I won't use it this turn. I'll read before it. Okay,
It's
I
a
will.
reaction, by the way. So no, you
No,
couldn't. It says you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
yes, and I can do it when it's an attack of opportunity as well.
Yes, so if it attacks you, then you can use warding flare, but that leaves one warding flare to be done.
Okay, so can you when I'm being attacked, can you ask me whether I want to use it because I
No,
don't know when you say does this hit, it's too late for me to use the flare.
you will have to decide when you use warding flare.
Yeah, but if you tell me does 17 hit, it's already too late to use it, right?
Yeah, but I usually also say it's about to hit you.
Okay,
Then I ask you when I do the roll.
yeah, that's what I meant. Just ask me because I
What are you
need to
doing?
know. Thinking,
5, 4.
I will move away
Okay. It attacks you.
here. All right. I will flare myself, him. I don't know him.
For disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. A grievous tentacle swipe swings at your head, and you manage to duck away. Luckily, as well, you get the scent.
Whew.
Assam, it would be your turn.
I use a hand crossbow and shoot an arrow to him.
Okay. Okay.
Critical.
Click where it says handbow crossbow +5. Shit. Okay.
And what
I'm
does
sorry.
critical entail? Does he roll damage again?
No, it's already calculated.
Ah, okay.
The 1d6 becomes 2d6.
Ah, okay, okay.
And
But
so as Lucian moves away, this creature just opens its like horrible beak and like ah! And you just see a bolt just fly straight into the uh, mouth of this creature, and it just like thrashes and like ah! No, it does. Sneak attack is just 1d6 for him.
so it's
Trust me.
double sneak. Okay.
Yes, it's double sneak and double regular.
The regular is just was just
Y-
one.
y-
Menace, see where it says plus? It's already calculated the crit.
Ah, okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Never mind.
This
Sorry. Okay, I didn't understand that. The plus was the crit. Got it now.
This creature seems very much damaged by that bolt.
21 damage, man.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I promise.
Please do.
Anything else you would like to do?
I see the crossbow bolt whooshing by my face and observe the damage, and I'm visibly shocked, but at the same time impressed.
Um,
You think he didn't hit you?
I would no. I don't want to do anything else because I cannot use a second attack yet.
Um, you hear like the cocking of another crossbow, as apparently Radar seems inspired by your.
Antics.
And another bolt just like goes straight towards the creature and it just like flails at it with like a tentacle and manages to like impale itself on the bolt, but avoids what could have been far more lethal.
Quick question: I need to keep track of the bolts separate from the arrows in the character sheet, right?
Yes.
I think just by one.
You can also pick them up after the encounter. Um, this creature is just going to try to lunge at the two people close to it. So, um, it's going to try to make like it's going to try to take its tentacles on top of Manis and like slam him with that, and it's going to try to like beak attack Benjen. For Manis, it's a 12 to hit.
No.
So you raise your shield, and you hear like this scraping sound as something slams hard onto your shield. Benjen, 15 to hit.
No.
Manages to just like sidestep beak just like coming lunging towards you. Lancelot just goes, "You're on your own, motherfucker." I mean, oof.
Woof.
Okay.
Benjen, it's your turn.
I'm going to move there.
17 hits.
Good night, my friend. And I'm going to smite as well.
As you just see all four tentacles comes like coming towards you in like a grasping hug. The sword just like cleaves straight into it and starts slicing down. Did you say you were using smite? Because you,
No, I'm not going to know.
yeah, oh, this creature was heavily wounded. And then you just like slice into it, and you just like carve through this exposed flesh and these tendons until this creature just like lies limp at your feet.
You see, I rolled 2 natural 1s. I hit.
What did you say?
For the damage, I rolled 2 natural 1s.
Beautiful.
Don't I re-roll them for the Great Weapon Fighting?
You would be able to reroll one of them at least.
Can I just do it because I want a nicer hit to finish this
Yeah.
one off?
Sure.
There we go. That's a bit better.
You cleave straight through it, in fact, and like cut it in two.
Have that, you piece of shit.
You have killed your first creature. Seems to be one fucked up creature as well.
Lucian gives out a sign of relief that he's alive.
I go out and retrieve my crossbow bolt.
Rather does the same thing.
I want to check if what kind of thing this is.
Okay, roll nature check.
Can I
Nature.
help him?
Yes, you can certainly look at it and give him advantage,
I'll,
or do a
I'll,
single one if you want to do your own roll.
I'll guidance myself then as well. Yeah, crap. Doesn't matter. He's not helping me, right?
No, it seems like he did it on his own. You're not sure, Lucian? This might be. It has a beak, so this might be like a. Is this
Parrot?
what they call a hawk? Parrot? Flamingo?
It looks like a
Not sure.
flamingo, guys.
Assam, you quickly realize this is not a creature you would expect to find in a forest. It seems fucked up.
At least we know that this didn't eat the people around us. I mean, the bones were not eaten by a beak, it was eaten by human.
Indeed. Everything dies down. There's still the place you came from. The alcove seems to be empty. Seems to be like a pathway going down, pathway going up. Uh, Radar points out there's like footprints in the distance.
Where, rather?
Up there.
Those are our footprints?
You don't know. Also seems to be like side paths there.
Let's
If
go
they
here.
are footprints, we should follow them to see what's
But
happening.
let's check if these were ours, at least. We know what footsteps we leave.
With that thing, I'm not going first. Not a chance. No, 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 no.
Fine, I'll go first. And I call Lancelot to come with me because I'm scared shitless.
Hell
I'll,
yeah!
I'll be last, guys. I don't want to be hit again.
You see, like there's a side exit to the left, side exit to the right. In each of the two rooms, you can see stone slabs blocking off something behind them. And there's like two on each side.
I'm checking this room to see. This is an investigation check, right? To see what's with the slabs.
It would be
I,
mostly perception for you.
Sam,
Okay.
we were supposed to check out the footprints.
There are slabs. Maybe we find the resting place of Thorn and Rose.
As you're looking uh, around Azam in that room, um, and I think Benjamin is doing the same in his side path. The left one has the name Thornbolt Durst etched on the slab, and the right one has the name Rosavalda Durst etched on that slab. Benjamin, you see a The left slab for you is called Gustav Durst, and the right one is Elizabeth Durst.
Finding this, I call for Menis and Lucian, saying that I found their resting places. Maybe they can get rid of the spirits.
Which one was the top one or the bottom one was
The
Rose?
one you are next to is Rose,
Okay.
but it's a stone slab blocking, so it has to be physically moved.
I asked the rest to move it for me because I'm a cripple. I don't want to. I wave my crippled hand in front of them and say, "Please do the dirty work for me, guys."
Managing his arm. Manis managed to grab a hold onto the slab and like starts pulling it away. He can see a coffin on like a stone. Uh, what is it called when it's like a ground surface type of thing? It's like a
Sarcophagus?
Sarcophagus.
yeah. It's, no, but the coffin it's also like sitting on top of like stone, not plinths, but like tiles. It's like a stone tile ground with like a coffin on top of it.
I pass the light to torch to Menis so he can see what's going on.
Should I roll investigation as well?
You good?
Yeah. There's a hole.
It's a coffin. It says Roosevelt Durst on the stone slab that you just moved.
I go to Manis if he can open it.
I did.
Maybe Lucian should
You
open the.
investigated. You did not open it.
Okay. I'm not going to move my token because it's a pain in the ass to move my token next to it. I'm just going to do another strength check to open the coffin.
Manis opens it, and it's empty. There is no body inside the coffin.
I look
Manis
back at. I put Rose's
remains, let's
remains
say.
in the coffin and close the lid. And then ask Benjen to chant a prayer.
As you're saying that, Lucian, you hear tears, like someone crying. Thank you, Elthorn. And the voice that's been chatting to you and telling you things and like stuff as you've been walking through this dungeon fades.
I tell the rest that I think that Rose is gone and she's put to rest, and she wanted me to do the same for Thorn.
Mister, I cannot hear my sister anymore. What happened?
Don't worry, child. She's in a better place now. God damn it. I'm going to do a strength check to open the slab again.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that you managed to open it eventually.
Okay.
Same situation. Coffin, stone tiles under the coffin.
It's a coffin.
It's a coffin. It is stone. It's made of stone.
Good observation.
You open it, it's empty.
I put Ton's remains in there and ask Benjen to come and say a prayer.
Close the lid.
The moment you put it down, it says, "Ah, free," and gone. get the sense that it's not a prayer that like brings them to rest. It's their remains being put in the coffins.
I go to Manis and touch him and say, I think we are also free.
I feel I don't feel the child anymore, so I think so. Touchy touchy.
Okay, I point out that two down, three to go. We need to find the smallest child and the parents. Check if their remains are in their crypts.
Are you opening the other two stone slabs as well?
Yes.
Okay. Instead of rolling the strength checks, I'm just gonna say that with time you managed to do that. And indeed, there are two coffins here as well.
And they are empty. We try to open them.
Which one do you open first? The one to the left or the one to the right?
I shout, "Be careful, guys!"
Which one do you open first? The one where I'm in?
I don't know who goes to open what first.
I'm asking the other guys if we should open them because they're not saying
Open,
anything.
open the dad's coffin first.
That
Let's
would be the left one.
Because wasn't the
the
brother
bottom or
the
top.
psycho?
It would be the one next to Assam.
Okay, so I try to open that one.
It is empty.
And I tell who's near me to check the other one.
It's Benjamin.
Yeah, I'll check the other one. Save me.
Yeah, sorry, having that light on top, I cannot see who it is.
Okay. You start pulling at the lid. And it's like, it's not very heavy for you. Uh, as you're doing that, the lid like smashes into something, and you see like centipedes start, like a centipede start crawling out of the back wall. Another one, and a couple more. And suddenly you see like a swarm of centipedes just start crawling out of the walls and start crawling on top of you. You are currently finding yourself attacked by a swarm of centipedes.
It's like some kind of a bug.
Yes, it's the it's that bug that has 100 legs.
Yes,
Okay.
that ironically never has 100 legs.
Yeah, exactly. But centipede.
Yeah.
But yes, uh, roll initiative, Benjamin. And I would assume Lucian as well, as you see the swarm coming towards Benjamin, and Assam as well. Okay. The swarm of centipedes comes crawling towards you, Benjamin. And they all start like uh, crawling on top of you. So it's actually occupying your space right now. Um, and it starts biting at you uh, from all directions in any type of uh, position on your body as they're just crawling and swarming all over you. Uh, 21 to hit.
It does.
You are hit by 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And that ends its turn. Benjamin, you're next.
I must click that twice. I just take the first one.
A 10 will miss. Like as you're being swarmed and you're feeling them crawl over your arms. You see some of them are trying to get into under your armor as well, and you're just like, ah! And trying to swing your greatsword. It doesn't have much of an effect. You kill some of them, but it doesn't really make a heavy indentation into this swarm of creatures that are like crawling all over you. So,
Okay.
do you want to do anything else?
I'll just step one step there.
Okay. That would leave a Sam's turn.
I'll try to use my rapier against them.
Okay.
But you need to move next to them, right?
You would have to, yes.
Okay, so I move next to them and I use my rapier.
How the fuck do you crit yet again? Are you set? What? Ugh, okay, roll damage on your sneak attack.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
see, okay. Have any of you ever seen like old Sorrow movies and stuff where just suddenly he just like swings his sword rapidly in all directions?
Yeah.
It's like Vengeance is like twisting and like trying to shove these things off, and suddenly he hears this light little as they just like are cleaved off by the needle thin tip of the rapier. And yeah, he fucking kills all those centipedes.
In one blow,
Yeah.
I
Okay,
look at
I'm really sorry.
He
for
did
doing
20
Lucian.
he did
Lucian,
25 fucking damage on that thing. I mean, holy shit.
I look at Asama and say, "Man, where did you learn to do that?"
in the
There's
forest.
there's one left, and Benjamin just like, I'm tired of this fucking shit. Cocks his heavy
I
crossbow
was just
with
testing the
this
crossbow, yeah.
super heavy large bolt that is like 5 times the size of a centipede, and it's just like, and you just see the splatter of like green goop just like splattering across the floor. Benjamin just like takes the bolt and like,
You can show them, man.
I tell to Benjamin, this only counts as one.
Good one. Made me chuckle.
I shout to Benjamin to check if the coffin is empty. Otherwise, except for the bugs.
it was indeed empty.
Whose coffin was this?
This was Elizabeth's, the one that was named the mother.
Okay, ladies, shall we carry on?
Yes, please, Manis, can you go here and light the way up? We don't have.
I will, but
Actually,
As you're going up north, you do indeed see the path where you once entered in from.
this would
Those
be the
seem
one
to
on the
be
left.
your footprints. Here.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is where you
okay.
came in from.
from the left. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I think we need to double back and go south.
Okay,
But,
Benjamin?
I want to
remove.
check if these are our.
Pete, you can also do it for 6. You don't have to heal 5 at a time. You can do it at any number as long as you have the points.
Guys,
Yeah,
I'm really sorry. I
still
need to
only
go
have
for
5.
1 minute.
Sure, go.
I'll just check while he's away if these footprints are ours or not.
They are.
I told him. I told him.
Ah, but if you hadn't gone up here, you wouldn't have found the coffins of
Yeah,
the
of course.
children.
We saw that there is something there, but we didn't have to check the footprints.
Manis. You hear, as you're going there, you're not sure where it's coming from, but you hear.
I whisper towards Rardar to come closer, and tell him what I heard and tell him to inform everyone
Do
else.
okay, Rod. As you tell him that you hear growling, he immediately backs up and starts telling people and safely moves to the rear.
I unstead my weapons as well. My shield, sorry. I unstead my shield. I keep the torch in my right hand, but I'm very ready to drop the torch and draw the warhammer.
Okay. As you've been standing there for a bit, I would want you to roll a perception check as well, other than just the noise you heard.
I think I clicked it twice. Oh
You
no.
clicked it once. Let's see.
Once.
There's a smell in the air that doesn't smell right. I'm not entirely sure what that smell is. You don't like it. Lancelot happily eats and even licks at your leathered glove as you're feeding him. He's very happy about that.
Okay. I do I also catch the scent? That
You do, as you're going into the exit of this pathway, you can roll a perception check as well.
Did we join this room through this hallway by any
Yes.
chance?
That one, yes. You never came from the southern direction. Benjen? Not Benjen. Lucian? You've smelt this a couple of times before. It's very unpleasant. You're not sure what it is.
But if we heard growling, guys, it might be another animal. Strange animal. Before we continue, can I guys first check this corner
Okay,
for anything hidden? Because that's what I was going to do before this animal attacked me.
you can make an investigation check.
I can help him. How do I help him?
Uh,
Just
do
say
you
help
want
me.
to roll investigation or do you want him to roll double?
I want him to roll double. So this means just telling it that I'm helping him. That's
Yes.
all. Okay.
Lucian takes the best result.
Guidance as well. Or not.
You look up. Seems to be like a shaft of such where something could hide up in there and jump down at unsuspecting people being curious and looking up. You don't really see anything else in there. It's just like a smooth little tunnel that's been burrowed out by something.
Alright. So there is nothing of interest in that area. No hidden stuff.
Well, there was.
Oh yeah, apart from the animal that attacked me.
I found it very interesting, but other than that, no. It's probably what burrowed itself up there.
As everyone is starting to gather near me, I whisper that I think we should go backtrack through where we came and check that other corridor we decided to go around.
Don't they join up?
How would I know that?
Can't you see from there?
I see parts of the corridor going southern, and I remember. Oh, okay, they join up.
Going down, right? It should be
Yeah,
the same corridor.
it is. It joins up. There's two corridors here. There's one going straight south, and there's another one going also south and lower. They're both lower, I think. But
So should we
I think
explore down?
yeah, we should
I-
like not
you,
downstairs, not going downstairs, but I think we should explore this way.
Let's go
Yuan,
then.
sorry, I have just one question. Passive wisdom perception, that's used to detect stuff without actually doing any rolls of type perception.
If
Yes.
there's something you could notice, yeah. Benjamin, as you step into that corridor, you hear the chanting increase. Manis, you're moving a bit too far. Something's going to happen for you as well.
Okay, I'm stopping here.
No, okay, no, you would have stopped this square earlier.
I get it. Let's pretend I stopped the square earlier because it's really hard for me to move the tokens.
So the chanting starts increasing as you walk down there, Benjamin. Manis, as you step in to past that little corner, you see the ground 10 feet ahead of you, and another patch of ground starts vibrating and starts shifting slightly.
10 feet ahead of me, so that would be here.
There and there. That
The-
is now a bit louder.
Let's run back in the room, guys.
Thinking.
We're stuck in this corridor. Is it like the floor is moving
You
in
don't
way?
see it.
I'm thinking, what should I roll to check?
Manis,
Yes.
you can see that something seems to be shifting the earth from underneath.
I start pushing backwards towards the room.
Okay, where would you want to move?
Um, Basically where Benjamin is right now.
Okay, as you're doing that, you see a hand claw itself up from underneath the ground. So you should reposition yourselves now and probably roll initiative.
While I throw the torch in the middle of the room, and I unsheath my warhammer while also rolling for initiative. I grind through my teeth that I see ghouls.
You all hear the noise becoming as you hear the clawing and clawing and clawing.
Yuan, give me a second. We are seeing a bubble with a number 20 on it in the middle of the room.
Yeah, that's just me.
I'm not.
You are.
And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
probably filtered something out.
yeah. I can see it now as well.
Yeah, now we can. Sorry, you
No,
can go on.
it's not a big deal. It's just literally that's to tell me where the ambush is.
I yelled Assam to block the doorway so that they cannot pass,
That's what I'm doing, literally.
and they can move to the diagonally, right?
No,
No, they cannot pass through
they need to
this.
go through me, literally. They need
But
to do
we
strength
can
checks.
hit, so we can hit them, but they
Yes,
cannot pass. It
exactly.
makes no sense.
With range attacks, yeah.
Can I
I
attack
mean-
them from where I am?
You can come next to me and you can attack diagonally.
But he can attack with a melee attack diagonally, but not. They cannot pass. I don't
They need to go
understand, but
through me.
okay.
They need to strength check me to push me out of the way.
Okay. I thought that.
Okay, so from here I can attack from ranged.
In whatever you can see, yes.
Okay.
You just do the diagonal too to be able to see. Good hit. That square, probably not this square, but this square is just fine.
It's partial cover or something.
This one gives you a higher DC to hit, since it's in partial cover, yeah.
Yeah.
This one
We
is
can
Okay.
move
Okay, I understand. So I need two squares.
behind
in the
Lancelot.
triangle.
Behind Lancelot is the best spot.
okay. Uh, since you seem to have understood, you hear like shambling footsteps. You're beautiful, so beautiful, and like this horrible creature that seems necrotic. It's rotted. It has these cold, uh, bluish eyes. This fucked up mouth just comes stalking slowly towards Manus,
Yes.
and he's going to try to bite at you. That's a 17 to hit.
It does not.
Okay, it misses. You hear more shambling. And even more shifting as another ghoul comes appearing out. Manis, you see like a hand with claws come like raking against 13 to hit.
Against what? And it does not.
13 against your armor class.
Okay.
Nope. It misses. So it would be a Psalm's turn.
Okay, I'll use short bow and try to attack the one in front of Manis.
Go for
I
it.
shouted at him, "Do your magic, man!"
If you crit again, you're going to get.
Close, close.
Well, it's not crit, but it's close.
It hits though. Roll an attack. You hit it. See, it just like lodges into its forehead. That appear doesn't have too much of an effect, to be honest. It just still seems very much hateful and angry. Are there something else you want to do on your turn?
Uh, no, I'll stay there.
Okay, Manus, it would be your turn.
As I push against the zombies with my shield on my left hand, I pull my warhammer out and yell, "For the glory of Sigmar!"
Warhammer stuff.
404,
Sigmar.
deity not found.
Sigmar. Too much Warhammer, man.
Is there anything else you would like to fail at on your turn?
um, Not now. No.
Okay. That would make it Lucian's turn.
I want to Sacred Flame it with my cantrip, which is DC 14. Against. Don't I just. Don't you tell me if I hit or not? And then
You roll
probably.
medicine.
You should still roll the attack so I can see the DC on it because I will.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah. It's dexterity. So
It
much damage.
it very nimbly actually just like buckle its knees and it just the flame just passes over its head.
It doesn't hit though.
It does not hit indeed. You're surprised at how dexterous this thing is, considering
Wow.
how it was shambling towards you. It doesn't make sense, but it actually seems to be deceptively agile. Yeah. You hear more like shambling. Benjen! Last man standing.
Nothing from me.
Truth be told, are you right or left-handed?
Right now, left-handed. No, right.
So from your position, it's a bit of a very awkward swing for you. You have to do like a left-sided swing. You have to avoid cutting down manas. You have to avoid the wall. You manage to get through all of the obstacles, but there's no power through the swing, so you don't manage to catch this horrible creature. And it just fails to hit and connect.
I'm worried we're gonna get flanked.
Manas.
Yes.
You are going to be raked yet again by a set of
Close.
claws. 22 to hit?
That
Ouch.
indeed does hit.
Okay. You take 4 slashing damage, and you have to make a constitution saving throw beating a 10. You feel your body tense up and locking up as you're starting to feel yourself freezing, but you just flex your muscles and like, ha! And you manage to shake the effect off.
Okay. I am at 17 hit points right now.
You
Not that
shouldn't
bad.
tell us that.
Oh, sorry.
I need to guess if you're gonna die or not.
It's not that complicated. You see me collapsing on the floor.
Yes. Oh shit.
I hear shambling somewhere behind me, and I gestured Benjen to go take care of the zombie behind.
Late. Too late.
Um,
What's this move speed? Is it moving like 15 meters per second?
they can also dash.
Oh yeah, actually you're right.
They took double movement last turn. Seeing the bloodiest creature is going to try to swipe down at the poor battered cleric with a claw swipe. Lucian. I don't think an 8 hits you.
Nope.
Shit. Manis, another claw swipe comes like from the corner of the wall you're standing next.
Okay.
10, I'm sure, doesn't hit you.
Does not.
Does melee attack take cover into account? Like if
No,
he's behind
only
cover?
ranged
Okay.
attacks.
Uh-huh,
Because
okay.
technically, the ghoul can step onto the ghoul's square and hit and go back again. So in fact, the ghoul is able to like go on top of the other one, hit, and then go back to that square, since it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. So yeah, Assam.
Yes, I'll try the short bow again. Towards the same one as before, in front of Manis.
Okay. Okay.
Technically, he is one. He has 2 kids.
Oh, he's a rogue after all.
Holy
Christ,
fucking shit!
It's high
20.
noon.
Exactly.
Kind of.
We need.
Then the second arrow like splatters the head as a fucking watermelon that's way too ripe, and this creature just crumples to the ground. Do you want to like insta kill another creature while you're at it, or should I just go cry in a corner?
I'm sorry, you saw my rolls. They're not that big
Ah,
usually.
I know. I'm just gonna say that you've rolled 3 crits in 4 fucking rows.
I know.
Typical rogue.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Okay. From where I'm standing, can I also, if I want, in the next turn, take the one which is diagonal of menace down, or I have to move for that?
This one.
Uh,
This one.
you would have to use the ruler there. Nah, that one has almost full cover at that vantage point. You would have to go rightwards.
Okay.
If you stood next, if you stood, that has full reach, and that square has full reach.
Okay, so the rule is about 15 feet.
No,
Like,
it's actually just you should be able to see the actual wall.
okay.
That's what I'm using as a point of reference.
So from here, I should be able
Yes,
to
you have
get both of them.
perfect vision there.
Okay, so
And you also have
my
perfect vision on the one next to Lucian and Benjamin.
yeah. So for my movement, I use that.
Okay. Do you want to use your cunning action for something as a bonus action?
For there's nowhere to dash. There's nothing to disengage from. When hide, it's pretty light the room, so I cannot hide.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay. Manus.
Yes.
As
First,
one of them crumples down, you are aware that one has come up from you from the back, and there's another one next to the now dead creature.
out of character, out of game, we need to get Virgil a badass motherfucker wallet,
Crossbow.
BIMF. Okay, back to the game. The one next to the crumpled creature, I'm guessing, has at least partial cover against me.
No, melee attacks doesn't.
Okay, so I'm going
So,
to hit that one in that case.
okay.
Help us kill the one that's next to us.
Yeah,
You,
that one
you are.
has 3 people, 4 people in range.
It
Okay,
can kill us.
I'll hit the one behind then.
The other one cannot pass you. You're heavy enough.
404, Sigmar still unavailable.
He does not want to answer my calls tonight.
I
Answer
need,
from me, Sam.
so your attack fails. Is there something else you would like to do on your turn?
Wait, yes, I might, but give me a second.
I'll give you a second.
How do I get superiority dice back? Do I need to long rest or short rest?
You took the feat, didn't you? Shouldn't
Yeah.
it say on the...
Yeah, it's short rest. Okay.
Okay. Is that an action or bonus action though? I have to admit I'm
It
completely new.
depends. It depends a lot on what I'm using it as.
Just link it.
Okay, so I'm going to use. I'm going to go batshit fucking crazy. I'm going to use one superiority die to roll rally. Let me link it. Okay. I'm going to roll rally on Lucian.
Oh yeah. Cool.
I need to. what do I need to do? On your turn, use a bonus action to expend one superiority bolster your shot, or to choose a friendly creature that can see and hear you. Gain temporary points equal to the superiority they roll plus charisma modifier. So how do I roll the superiority die now?
Just normal roll.
You have a d6, so you roll a d6
Okay. And I need to add my charisma modifier, which is
+2, since you're
yeah.
a very charismatic fighter.
So it's 1d6 plus 2, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You have a very low superiority die at level 2.
Mm-hmm. So it's a 1d6 plus 2. So it's a 6.
Yes. So, Lucian, could you add 6 temporary hit points to yourself? Not hit points, but temporary
Yeah,
hit points.
I did. Thank you
Okay.
for the shoot.
You are very
Nice.
welcome, and I am not done, by the way.
You have movement only.
No. Boy, allow me
Uh,
to instruct you in the ways of the fighter. Yuan, please let me do that, because you're
I'm
messing.
just. If you're about to do second wind or something,
I was
be
thinking on action surge. That gives me
you
another
cannot.
entire turn.
You could not do that because that is also a bonus action, isn't it? No shit, it's actually just a free
It's
action.
a free action that gives me an entire turn. So I get an
Yeah,
entire new attack and a bonus action.
yeah. But you are out of superiority die though, so
Yes, but I am not out of a warhammer. Hitting the same one, by the way. God fucking damn it, what's with my rolls tonight?
So your second rolls are always high, by the way.
Yeah, I've noticed. The one on the right side, good rolls. The ones on the left ones, not so good rolls.
Just put your weapon in the right hand, man.
It
Not in
is
the
in my
left
right
one.
hand.
Well, use the right roll then.
have you ever seen those wuxia Chinese martial arts movies where they just like fling their weapons around for like 1 minute before they attack?
Yeah.
That's kind of like you, just that you're doing attacks all the time. Like miss, 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 miss. Is there something else you want to miss at
No,
during the turn?
I'm okay. I've missed enough.
Okay. Lucian.
Can I see? Does the one here has total cover from me?
Total cover from you, yes.
Okay. I will then use guiding bolt on the one next to me.
Okay. It misses.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, is there something else you want to do on your turn?
No, I will pass.
I also think, since that is a range spell, you would have had to roll with disadvantage in that, since you don't have the feat that allows you to negate that in melee. All
Oh,
ranged attacks,
okay.
spells, and otherwise are done by disadvantage in melee.
Yeah. 5 meters. Okay, yeah. It's with disadvantage is the same, so it's fine.
Okay.
I will need to expand one of my spell slots, right?
Were you ending your turn?
Yes.
Uh, as you're all like fighting these creatures, you hear, "We are perfect. We are immortal." Benjamin, you feel something like lashing out from you behind the other creature next. Fucking now I start rolling ones. Okay, you hear a set of claws just like smack into the wall next to you. Perfect. Benjamin, your turn. Which one are you attacking?
Oh, sorry, the one just above me.
Okay, it hits.
I've clicked it twice. It's just the first one.
So why do you roll twice the damage?
I've got a problem with my mouse. My mouse double clicks.
Yeah. I would always go for the first one. 11 sinks solidly deeply into the flesh of this creature. It's like doesn't seem to be like on the verge of going to hell, but you know,
I am
it
going
bites deeply into it.
I'm going to divine smite this one as well.
Oh
So
shit!
I'm just reading it now. 2d8, yeah.
Isn't it?
And it's an undead as well, isn't it? So it's 3d8, isn't it?
This is an undead creature. It's a 3d8.
How do I do the roll 3d8 again?
Yes.
It's just free damage, no.
He can choose to do it whenever he wants to. I like you.
Yeah.
You all see this blade just sinks into the abdomen of this creature, and it bites deep. What you don't actually expect is that huge flash of radiant light as Benjen just like twists the sword and like instead of having it stuck in the middle of the abdomen, just cleaves it from the belly button all the way through the skull. It's fucked beyond recognition. Another
And
creature drops.
I can still move as well, can't I?
Yes, you are, however, in the melee reach of the creature inside the tunnel.
No,
But
this
if
is
I'm-
total
if I
cover.
move-
He cannot hit him.
A
He can.
melee doesn't have that.
But there is
Hang
a
on a second.
wall between
You-
them.
Yes,
Wait there.
but
If I
If
move
he was
there,
there-
how does it?
Lucian, he does not have protection from melee attacks that way.
Yuan, if I just move there to block the door, that's okay,
Yes,
isn't it?
that is
Oh,
perfectly
okay.
okay.
Okay, yeah, I thought that you want this one to hit him.
Now, that one cannot hit him. The
Yeah,
one
that's
here.
why. Yeah, I said, I thought that this one will hit him. I said, what?
Oh yeah, that one has total cover.
Yeah.
And by the way, Lucian, he could have moved through me because I am not like.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But I thought that he's gonna be hit by the one below when he moves this, like in front of the door.
Remember to remove a spell slot, Benjen. And do you want to do anything else on your turn?
Yeah. No, that's it. Thank you.
Amazing. One of the ghouls just goes like, beautiful. Nothing can hurt us. And it just tries to bear hug Manus and tries to bite at it. For a fucking 9.
No.
Huggles. So, Assam, who do you want to crit this time?
I'll try the one in front of Benjamin
I think he heard
with
it.
the same
Only
shot.
some.
I better not see green text on your attack roll this time.
I'm sorry.
I am so glad you don't have advantage. It's a miss. Oh, okay. Jesus fucking. Okay, it misses barely, but it's a miss. Anything else you would like?
I cannot use lucky, right? Because it already rolled.
You.
After you roll the die, but before the outcome is determined. So
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot you had luck at all, but
What do you mean you forgot he had luck? Didn't he use it for like at least 3 rolls out of 4?
no.
That was the joke.
Actually, we should start. I should set. Okay. Sorry about that, but yeah, you can't use luck this time. Sorry.
okay, so in that case, there's nothing I can do or want.
But he says that you can choose to use it after you roll the die.
Yes, but he rolled with advantage already.
But
Oh, wait.
before,
Before
the
the-
outcome is determined.
Okay,
Before the outcome, I said it missed.
Well, he already knew it would miss because we did quite a few attacks by now.
I don't think anyone has rolled an 11 at this point. I
No,
think
no one
10
did.
was
10 was the lowest, yeah.
So
Yeah.
14 hits, 10 didn't hit. Yeah,
So he
you're right.
wouldn't know
11,
100%.
yeah. 11 is not clear.
Think of it like this: he's insta-killed a couple of creatures right now. He can deal with missing in one turn.
Actually, if he wrote the luck, he would crit, right?
I
Yeah.
know that's
So
what I'm not telling.
he would just pick the luck, even though he knows if he hits or not, just for the double damage.
He's not critting. He missed.
Actually, no.
7 criticals.
Luck adds additional die, so it's not like advantage.
Actually, luck is not advantage. No, it's just a
Yeah.
new rule.
So it's not.
Um, Manus, I guess it will be your turn then.
Yep. I'm using my left hand and my shield to prop the zombie, and I'm taking aim with my warhammer from its face, drawing back my hand as far as it can go, and the grunt I hit, and
Finally.
that's it.
Just don't do 1 damage.
No, I can't do 1 damage because I have +5 by default. So the minimum
Get
damage I can
plus
do
three.
is 6.
It's 4.
It's a solid hit as well. You smack into it, and it reels a bit back, uh, but it recovers very solidly fought. It did nice indentation into its chest. It seems to cave in part of its sternum, but it's still standing. Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No, I am out of superiority dice and extraction.
Okay.
Actually, wait. I might have some other trick under my sleeve. Wait. Oh, yes, actually I do. Scratch that damage. That damage we added. We need to add 2 plus more. So it's 12 damage due to dueling. No, not dueling. Due to not fighting. Where there's all of these are all open in my Come on, close.
Okay.
You too. No, you close, please. And the action should get closed as well.
Isn't it the dueling feature?
Sure. Wait a second. You can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to your fighter. No, that's something else.
It is dueling. When
Yeah,
you are wielding a melee weapon, and you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls.
yeah. So it's 12 other than 10.
Yeah, it was even more amazing than you thought. Lucian, you are not being threatened by any creatures at the moment.
Yep. I'll try to do that to see if they're immune to necrotic damage.
Which one are you attacking?
The one next to Manis.
Okay. It's a wisdom save.
Yep.
No. It like it manages to like shake off the effect.
But did it hit?
It, I mean, like it's a saving throw, so it will always hit it. It just shrugs off the effect.
Okay.
It makes the save, in other words.
Okay, yeah. That's
But it's an auto hit no matter what. It just can shrug it off if it can make the 13.
Yeah. It's not it's not like I saw that it's immune to the damage. I saw that
It
it's
does
shrugged
not
off. The...
seem to be immune to necrotic damage. Or you wouldn't actually know that since it
Yeah,
hasn't done
I don't
necrotic
know.
damage.
I
But
didn't
it's
hit,
not.
so it's. I mean, it shrugged it off.
It does not have immunity to wisdom affecting spells.
Okay. That's it for my action.
The ghoul next to Benjamin is going to try to rake him for 22. Does that hit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
hits.
must hit. It's 6 slashing damage. And you would have to do a constitution saving throw beating a 10. Son of a bitch. Not sure what you mean by character sheet. Oh, Benjamin, it would be your turn. You hit. Once again, you find your great sword embedding itself into this creature.
So that's it, my go.
Okay. Uh, shit. I might or might not notice that I've never actually rolled initiative for Rardar, so he's done fuck all this fight.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. Let's give him a turn at least.
I'm gonna give him 2 attacks. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
He'll probably kill all of the zombies anyway.
Like I had
Gonna.
what 4 attacks?
Yeah. That's my fault. Actually, I'm gonna blame Jaffa. I'm gonna do just like crossbow towards Manus's target. One of them hits. One of them sinks into the chest of the creature next to me. It's now looking a bit rough. Manus, you're about to get like a raking claw attack.
Okay.
I guess not. Assam, please don't roll
Roll,
it.
roll your crit, please.
So against the one in front of Benjamin, short bow again.
Okay. You're not recalling luck, right? That hit.
No,
You see, like the creature that you hit just like shivering and like trembling and like teetering on the brink of like, but it's still standing.
Which
The-
which damage did you take in consideration? Yours or Virgil's?
Oh shit! Did I roll for it?
Yeah, you rolled
yeah,
for him.
it's
The 4 and 7
7.
were yours.
Sorry, that's habit from my home game where I have to play 4 different characters at the same time. Sorry, I would take Assam's.
damn it.
Do you actually get the sneak bonus when you
Yes,
do
his
crossbow?
creature is locked in melee with Benjamin, so he has sneak attacks at range and.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's actually very useful.
Anything else you want to do in your turn?
No,
Okay. Menace.
I'm going to take care of the creature next to me, of course, because there's no point in moving to get attacked.
Sigma.
When you say take care of it, do you mean by giving it like a lap dance, or do you mean like trying to kill it? Because that's not killing it.
no, I see he wants to dance with it.
Lap dance, actually.
For a man dressed in very, like a heavier armor, you sure are trying to gyrate your hips a bit there. But it doesn't. I think you don't have any bonus actions left.
No, I do have bonus action left. I don't have anything to do on the bonus action.
Okay, Lucian, your turn.
I'm gonna try to ring the bells again on Manis's target.
Okay. You see this creature just like shiver and shiver and shiver. And as it just like stumbles back towards the wall and expires.
Okay, so they do take necrotic damage.
Apparently so.
That ends my turn.
Huggles. As Benjen is being hugged, that would be 14 to hit.
It misses.
No love for me. Benjen's turn.
My precious.
But
That hits.
Plenty of love.
This is like drawing itself back. You just like swing your sword across its throat, and you see it just decapitates it. You have apparently finished off the last remaining standing creature.
Oh, Jaffa joined.
Well, maybe he can do more. Maybe he can be more useful than his wizard has been this entire round.
I doubt that very much.
Yeah, I forgot you were in combat. You catch your breath. It seems like the threat has finished. It seems, maybe. Brains.
I take a chance and gather my arrows and whatever I used.
I so want one of them to just bite at you there just for punishments for 3 fucking crits in one fight. Sure, you find your arrows. I'm gonna say that one of them is not usable anymore because I'm a bit spiteful at the moment.
Okay, I have 19 arrows left.
Yeah.
It broke from
Worth it.
the strength that you put it.
We're at that point now where it's almost midnight and we've been playing 3 hours. So I think like this is one of the places that you probably should be better off stopping at for the session. Do you want to push on or do you want to stop the game here tonight?
I could do with stopping while the kids is up, so
Yeah, sure. We can continue. When is it going to be the next session?
It would be not this week, but on the 23rd, so in 12 days. Or I guess
God damn it.
technically.
So
Yeah,
much
but
time.
like I intended for one this week and one next week, so it would be the 23rd. Unless people want to push it forward.
No.
no, I'm okay with that.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
okay as well.
Jeffa, Pete?
I didn't hear, but I'm good whenever. Just tell me.
I'll post it in Discord as well.
Cool.
Are you wanting to rest up, or do you just want to continue from where you?
I don't think we would rest there.
Short
Yeah.
rest.
You could withdraw and do a short rest somewhere else.
Let's decide next time. Our
It's for convenience sake. It's better to decide now to see who recovers what, so we don't spend some time on that next
But-
session.
our torches will expire as well, right?
Yes, or you could just You could like extinguish them as you go somewhere.
So we can save them in a
Yes.
way.
Yeah, we can extinguish them and turn them on later, especially considering that the pebble is
Yeah.
continuous.
It's permanent,
Yeah.
permanent, pretty much.
And the lantern is a bit more longer duration since it's all oil based as well.
I could do with a short rest.
I could do with a short rest.
Yeah.
Is there any particular place in the house above you would like to rest?
Dining room, maybe.
I don't like. I think it's in the attic, since that's how you reach, like through the right.
Oh, yeah, we
You
can rest
go
there.
up to the attic.
Well, if
So
you
you're
said
doing it in
the moment
where in the
I'm sorry, Yuan.
Yeah, what were you going to say? Sorry.
I wanted to say that it's not much of a choice when you said that we're going back into the main house, since the basement only connects to the attic.
Yeah, but you could also go down the stairs to the first, second, and third floor.
Let's rest here. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Benjen is
Let's
the.
rest.
Anyone that has abilities that recover on short or long rests, the short rests, please regain those. Spend hit dice if you need.
Do I lose my temporary hit points?
You will
Yes.
lose your temporary hit points, yes.
No. But do I lose them right after the combat or because of the rest?
No, right after the combat. I'll link Rally.
Where the temporary hit
Okay.
points from?
Rally. The superiority die thing from Manisas.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Hit dice recover on short or on long rest?
Long rests.
So I don't get mine back.
I always roll 11 on the hit die when we rest, and then I roll like 5 when we gain level.
Razama, I don't think actually you took damage that fight.
No, but I used the hit die before.
Yes, that
There
will
was no
recover
die.
on long rest, and you will get half of them back. So you'll
So I'm
get
still on one die right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I roll 11 when I, I level up next time?
If you could avoid being looking up to shafts and being grabbed and hoisted up by horrible creatures, then sure, perhaps. But if you want to angle yourself as like bait, I'm sorry, this is what happens to you. Do you have any idea how fucking lucky you were, by the way?
No.
You're about to be dragged like 20, 30 feet off the ground and choked to death, while a very melee dominant party couldn't reach.
I could have escaped
No.
with acrobatics.
You could have
Well, you
broken
could have.
through and but there's falling damage.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Sorry,
You
go
would
on.
have broken off and fall 40 feet onto your face.
At like 20, 30, that's like
Like
2d6 or 3d6 damage.
that is
But can't
basically
you avoid it
falling from the fourth floor.
But can you avoid it in some way, the fall damage?
No.
With constitution or something? Acrobatics?
Nope. Not at that height. Not at like a smooth little thing.
Yes, land on top of Manus.
That would
Yeah.
have kind of softened the blow, but I would have taken some damage.
Some damage is better than me dying. But it was dragging me slow, so it was like 10 feet. 10 feet little?
It used a lot of movement to leap at you. It could theoretically pull you up 15 or 20 feet up.
In one go?
In one round, yeah, because that's half its movement.
But
It
then
used a
I'm
lot of
dead.
movement to get to you.
Okay, so it was like...
I'm just saying, you were in fact lucky there that you managed to resist it. And 2 people managed to drag you down.
Whew.
So I'm just saying, the path to being quickly fucked here is, yeah.
Were you fighting?
It was
Some
some tentacle creature.
A couple of undead creatures that seem to be scary.
That fly? Awesome.
Anyway, Manis, I think you get a superiority die back.
Yes.
I think warding flare comes back.
Yes.
No, warding flare is on
it's not.
long rest only.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I get my channel divinity, which I didn't manage to
Yes.
use because I would hit only one, and I wanted to hit both.
Yep. Well, still have it available for next session.
I would have it again anyway. Would have used it just to try it out.
Anyway, that brings us back. I'm just gonna rearrange your tokens a bit on the downstairs map to put you where you started.
Or we will go in the stairs again.
Yes, I'll say that you start the session by going down the stairs yet again, I guess.
Zurich sounds like he's good with heights. He can go first.
By the way, Jeff, get your ass on